Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Before we get to the plenary, we have some fun stuff to do. My name is Kevin Schultz, and listening to me is not the fun stuff, but handing out awards to many deserving people in this society is one of the joys of being president. So my name is Kevin Schultz. I teach at University of Illinois at Chicago, and I am currently the president of the Society of U.S. Intellectual History, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here, and I've had a great conference, and I hope you all have too. As you've seen, if you've perused the newsletter that we handed out, there's a lot going on with the society. There are new awards that I get to award today. There is a new website we are building. Our membership has doubled in the last 2 years. We're growing by leaps and bounds, and that is testament to the many great people I have the good fortune of working with. And it's also a testament to the good work that all of you are doing. Articles, books, op-ed pieces. It's really a fantastic time for U.S. intellectual history to think about the waters in which we swim, and you all are doing a remarkable job. In fact, I just ran the numbers. Right now, this organization currently has 428 paid members, which is twice as many as it had 2 years ago. So we are growing. We have a mailing list of more than 500 people. So the word is getting out about the importance of U.S. intellectual history. Not that it was ever hidden, but this organization is really moving forward by leaps and bounds, and I'm just lucky that I get to be president at this exciting time. As I mentioned, well, I hope you're all having a great conference. I would like now to take a quick moment for all of us to recognize the hard work of the conference committee. The conference chair right here, Jennifer Burns, please, round of applause for the hard work she's done. And she's been helped by Claire Arsenis, Lillian Callis, Barger, Ethan Schrum, and Jeff Skolansky, many of whom are in the room, so raise your hands if that's you. Thank you very much. And without them, I mean, the amount of work that they do is unbelievable, and without them, these conferences wouldn't happen, and they wouldn't be as dynamic as this one has been. So personally, to all of you, thank you very much for the work that you've done. I just get to preside over it in a way, and it's great. Now I get to give awards out. That's fun. We have 3 main awards right now that we give. One is the Henry F. May Award, which began 3 or 4 years ago now to help graduate students come to the conference and attend the conference. It was started by a generous donation from David Hollinger, but has since been, the fund has been contributed to by many people. It's one of the more exciting awards. This year we had 9 award winners for the Henry F. May Award. The money worked out so that we got to pay the complete cost of their registration to the conference. We hope to grow that to give them more money, but that's right now what we have. So for those of you who are here, I'd ask you to please stand. I have the checks that you'll want. So after we hear about Puritans, please come up to me and I will distribute those checks. But for the moment, I'd like you to please stand and be recognized as one of this year's Henry F. May Award winners. The winners are Tom Arnold Foster, Robert Corbin, Anthony Gregory, Anna Kielsen, Glory Liu, Clay Maitland, Ryan Purcell, Matthew Stewart, and Jonathan Strassfield. Congratulations. Checks come later. The second award that we give out is the Dorothy Ross Prize, which this is its inaugural year, which I'm very excited to be able to give it out in its inaugural year. The Dorothy Ross Prize goes to the best published article by an emerging scholar, which is defined as either a graduate student or someone within 5 years of reaching their PhD. This year we had a marvelous committee chaired by Sarah Igo with Mark Peterson and Lisa Svezl, and they reviewed all of the articles and came up with this year's winner. Before I say a bit about the winner, I'd like to acknowledge once again the prize is named after Dorothy Ross, and she accepted our invitation to name it after her. Dorothy Ross is, of course, the Arthur O. Lovejoy Professor Emerita of History at Johns Hopkins, and the committee wanted me to report that they were delighted to pay tribute to Professor Ross's profound contributions to the field of intellectual history and to recognize the innovative work of scholars at the early stages in their career. I went to a fantastic session honoring the work of Dorothy Ross, so maybe now as a society we can applaud that work. Dorothy, congratulations. The winner of this year's 2016 prize is Michael J. Thompson for his article called Sherwood Eddy, The Missionary Enterprise and the Rise of Christian Internationalism in 1920s America, which appeared in Modern Intellectual History in April 2015. As the committee reports, in this beautifully argued essay, Thompson uses the career of YMCA missionary Sherwood Eddy to expand the boundaries of what we knew about both Protestantism and internationalism in the 1920s. Through Eddy, we are introduced to a self-critical, anti-imperialist, and anti-racist current of Christian reflection on international relations that has been obscured by the dominant ways historians have conceived of religion's role in U.S. expansion, as well as in categories they have used to characterize other internationalisms of the era, whether legal, pacifist, realist, or idealist. Eddy's internationalism, Thompson shows in this essay, was born of enduring liberal evangelicalism and his turn to the social gospel in the 1910s, but most of all in the crisis of the missions in the 1920s, which upended assumptions about a single Western-led gospel that ought to cover all the peoples of the globe. In reconstructing the world of Sherwood Eddy, Thompson sheds light on important but little-known currents in religious and international thought of the early 20th century. Equally admirably, he provides a model for tracing how ideas develop, move, and shapeshift through concrete exchanges and experiences. On both counts, we, the committee, are pleased to award him the inaugural Dorothy Ross Prize for the best article in intellectual history by an emerging scholar in 2015. Michael is not here to accept the award today, but accepting in his stead will be Paul Kramer. So Paul, come on up in his honor. And let's all applaud Michael Thompson's great work. I have a check, but I'll just take it to him, okay? Sure. Come on. And we can put it in the scrapbook, right? Congratulations, Paul, on not winning this award. The third prize we give is the annual book award for best book published in the previous year in American intellectual history. I would like to thank the committee, which was chaired by Paul Kotkin, and also members were Carolyn Winter and Allison Perlman. So thank you very much for your hard work. As George reports, I would simply say that we were greeted with an embarrassment of riches. 35 entries covering a wide range of subjects and with a host of approaches. Some were intensely scholarly, some directed to a larger public, some a combination of the both. I heard this many times from George about how good the entries were and how strong the field of U.S. intellectual history is as recorded by the books. And you can tell how strong it was by the fact that the committee had a hard time deciding. They came up with 6 titles that were worth special mention, 4 honorable mentions. Dan Bach's How Our Days Became Numbered, Risk and the Rise of the Statistical Individual. Eva Diaz, The Experimenters, Change in Design at Black Mountain College. Amy Kittelstrom, The Religion of Democracy, 7 Liberals and the American Moral Tradition. And David Milne, World Making, The Art and Science of American Diplomacy. So these were the honorable mentions. The 2 winners, there were co-winners this year, as George writes, especially blew away the committee. The 2 winners this year were Sarah Bridger for her book, Scientist at War, The Ethics of Cold War Research, which the committee reports is remarkable for the depth of its research, its subtle analysis of the moral dilemmas that scientists face in the Cold War years, and its fluid presentation. Is Sarah here? Sarah, congratulations, come on up. And I should say this is crassly materialist. I'm handing them the checks, but there is a plaque, but it's glass, so I will mail it to you so you don't have to break the glass in your suitcase on the way home. It's coming. So here, congrats. Should I come down? And Sarah shares the award this year with Daniel Immerwahr's book, Thinking Small, The United States and the Lure of Community Development, which is likewise, the committee reports, based on wide-ranging research, wanders the world for its subject matter, and raises important issues regarding modernization. Both works clearly spoke to the page missing. To current times and were marvelously written. So Daniel is not here, I don't think. Maybe we can applaud him in absentia. And I'll pocket his check. So that concludes the awards ceremony, and now we get to hear about Puritans. So I'd like to call up the panelists for the Puritans and turn the mic over to David Hollinger. Thank you very much.